Okay, should be live here. Morning. We got some stuff to look at. We have a policy that does the entire waves of the Inferno. And then we have a policy. Well, we had a policy before that does the bosses. So now the question is, why can't we just do both, right? We gotta figure out. So start with Let me move a couple with around. Awkward where I have my open. Will be much easier. Cool. It's gonna be so awesome when we have this. Okay, so for this, look at the config. Yeah, I did actually sweep this. Did I not commit the config? Let's try this. Nice thing is we have like 2-minute runs. I suspect though that the reward changes might have messed this up. We'll have to wait and see. Wait, huh? Wait, how's this? Start wave 1. No, wait, I'm confused. Wait, huh? Oh, because I have it in the arc. This is fine. Okay, we have it correct. Cool. We have it correct. 2 minutes, and we'll see if this learns anything. And if not, we will go take a look at the words. Okay, so this is kind of what we were seeing before. Not really good performance at all ends up. I actually can't think of what would mess up. I can't think of anything that we had done that would have messed this up. No, hang on. Now it's down to 600. It gets to see Jad at least. You know what I wonder is happening? I wonder if it's this. I don't know how he has this implemented. We're gonna try this one next. Debug. This is 600, right? Let's see if this is just immediately better. Okay, look at this. It is different. Okay, so this one does not win ever. But now we know that this is a problem here. We're going to try the swept parameters on Zuck. Hopefully this is fine with stream running and everything. See. I could also be doing this on my remote machine, but as long as it's not lagging the audio, I think it's fine. I want it to just be a little bit easier to do the remote render. Okay, this is at least doing something. Okay, we're dying to Jad at the moment. We're learning to not die to Jad. Double check that my stream is working correctly. Why did we unlearn? Alright, it is working. Cool, we're good. And we like unlearned. We unlearned Jad somehow. Right, so we're just straight up dying to Jad here. Alright, give me a moment. We will, I think some stuff, I believe some stuff was sort of changed on Jad. I'm seeing a lot of deaths to Jad, and I saw before in the render, I saw deaths on triples. That really didn't make any sense. How can someone new get into RL? I make a lot of guide materials for that. Here. Like the most common question I get. Articles right here. This is all of our latest research. And then this is a quick start right here. x.com/jsuarez. Most of these environments that you see are by contributors. Many of them are very new to RL. I think what we're going to have to do here in order to get this, I think we're going to have to go look at the old reward structure. And if it doesn't work with the old reward structure, then I'm going to have to go see what vault changed on Jad's. Because presumably... I guess we'll just start on that. Okay, I literally just did damage minus HP restored and it worked somehow. For Zuck. So I'm gonna have to try that again. That seems very weird to me though. Should I just like go try Jad real quick? Let me try Jad real quick. $67. Let me just make sure I can actually kill it. Nope. Vault. Jad is unkillable. Well. Well, no point, huh. We're just gonna have that go through unless Vault responds. Follow responds. would suspect that something broke. Because, like, the agent shouldn't just be dying to it. Tons and tons and tons of bugs in the sim always. To be expected when it's LLM ported code. Shouldn't be changing this. Dad not in here. Logic is. Not melee you ever. Rendering problem. Okay, so there it is. There is a regression. Cool. I don't know if this is a logic bug or just anim bug. Try this. I don't know why it always keeps falling back to Python. Test C. And a newbie. Whatever, it's just testing crap. We'll just treat this as like not guaranteed of anything, but probabilistic checking. Don't train. Train. This is Jad. If I get, wait, that's a different projectile, isn't it? Okay, it's not playing as mage animation. Hey, Arch. Not loading the animation. This is just missing the animation. I mean, I can technically do it If I had to, I can do it to test like that. It's just annoying. I think that he just changed the animation formats. Good up, Jad. I don't think it'll work because I don't think it's committed, but we'll see. I got super finicky way of running a test without rendering using Vast. Way in general. So on SSH, yes, Arch. SSH-X with our Docker is set up. It can take some machine-specific configuration, but you can get SSH to work over -X. Wow, that's terrible advice, Starship. I can tell you that because I was given that advice and followed it. That was terrible advice. Yeah. I mean, the local demos will work. So the actual solution to this Arch is that Raylib 6 has a new software backend that makes it really easy to do headless rendering. No, so you don't want to do that. You don't want that Arch. That's awful. We didn't go make all these nice renders so you can have a fucking ASCII render of the ends. It would be to just hook up the Raylib software backend. Good papers on RL to read. My guide has a nice list of papers. Let's see if this actually loads in. I don't think it will, but we there we go. It's still getting healed. I can't see the healers. Why did I just take a 46? The timing is definitely wrong. In the real game, I would have not been dead there. Yeah. You have, I believe, 2 ticks to react. I'm pretty sure you have 2 ticks to react. That would actually be a useful PR arch. It's a little more complicated because it has to go into it would have to go into like the vecn file, like the vector file. At least part of it, yeah. It's not clear. I basically what I think is happening here is there's something off with the way that JAD is implemented versus the main game. Fault. Perfect timing. Um, I think that we just have a couple bugs that are essentially preventing us from full solving it. Because I can no longer beat Zuck with anything that I do. And we get all the way up to triples, and sometimes we even get to Zuck. I think you have to just get lucky on triples at the moment. Like you have to get lucky and tickied or something. But yeah, I think we're basically pretty close to just having the whole thing solved. Um, I got confused. So there was a bug where apparently the JAD animations got screwed up at some point because I wasn't able to like. I don't know. It was weird. Like it would only ever show the range animation, wouldn't show the mage animation. So I found that I got that fixed. But now when I fight it, I'm pretty sure that it's not doing like it's giving you one tick to change prayers, or maybe even no ticks to change prayers. Almost exactly. Projectiles. Like here, I'll show you this. It's kind of weird. Okay, that was my fault. Okay, why is it running me into the mobs? Dead click, dead click, dead click. Okay, it just dead clicked a whole bunch. Okay, well, that I did not exactly do a good job giving you an example. I kind of just messed up chat. Well, human mode can't be unreliable because that's how we test it, right? Okay, I didn't get hit that time on the switch. Okay, that was on me. I didn't see if one of the melees killed me there. Keep misaligning the actions. Lift. Well, I mean, it has to line up, Vault, otherwise, like, we can't tell what the hell's happening. And I got the cape on leagues yesterday, so I'm fresh on, like, at least remembering how it's supposed to be. Another project for a week, I see. Do you have any idea on like can the model actually see it? What build? I think I'm on this merge healers branch. My rewards. Not change model B. Oh, in leagues. Yeah. I've got it's mostly a Thorns build. I've got Thorns, I've got the 3-tick whip, and I've got 1-tick staff. I have all 3 raid regions. I've just been doing all the raids. Oh, this is showing very low death to Jad at least. So that means it's doing triples easily. Maybe that's different. It's 67 is single Jad, right? We'll do a full run of this. Yeah, curriculum works. Well, I have to re-enable it, but I'm just doing the bosses now. So with curriculum, we can get all the way to Zuck, kind of. There was something screwy with the jabs. So we just need to figure out the bosses. Okay, so it is actually learning jab now. Hey, look, free whip. That sort of AFKing Slayer on the league. It learns the waves in like 3 minutes. Seven. Yeah, pretty much vault. And I think that's low enough deaths to jab that we can assume that it's at least like. Then jab death starts going back up. I guess that's probably the Zuck jab. But then why is the episode length so long? The episode length should not be that long. That's screwy. I wonder if there's something weird with the Zuck jab. Yeah, the episode length is very long. behind shield percent. So I think I've seen this behavior before. It's stalling on the last Jad. It's doing 1400 damage to Jad healer, so it's farming something. It's gotta be what's happening. It's just farming something. Try just Zuck. Here it gets to Jad. Can the Jad healers heal each other? They can only heal Jad. Well, we had like a ridiculous amount of Jad healer damage. They were farming somehow. How much health do they have? Wait, unless... Do they have 150 health? I'll check after this. I guess if they have enough health, like 1400 Jad healer damage. Killed all of them. They don't respawn. No, I have never seen them respawn. I spent quite a lot of time watching the model and trying to play this version. I also got to spend quite a while on I think that the League Zuck kill that I did was about the same speed as my actual main game off-task cape. I had to do it with like really shitty mage build. Any imbued heart? Damn game. Is this worth the evaling? I guess this is worth the evaling, right? Maybe we can get some clue from this. And we need to do like this. Watch it. Doing the shield walk perfectly. Tags the major. Oh, and it tags the ranger. Oh, it's just gonna perfectly flick them. There's a penalty for shield damage now. That's kind of what I figure, Volt. What did it just get hit by? I wasn't looking. The flick? Oh, Jad. See if we can see it. Okay, that's mage. Trained correctly, right? Took a Zuck hit, really. Be doing that. Does it not understand that it gets dragged? Or does it get dragging weird or what? Because yeah, it just died to a Zuck hit randomly. That was trained on just Zuck. Shouldn't be doing that. I don't think how it would make such a dumb error. Seems weird to me, right? It could have gotten dragged, Volt, like something like that. See, the problem is I'd actually have to be able to, like, do the whole thing. I mean, I can try to do the whole fight, I guess, on the client. It should figure that out very easily, Volt. I mean, I can do this, I guess. This is the safe tile, right? Right? Good. Nope. Five, come on. Oh, my prayer dropped. Fuck. Oh, that's lame. Alright. The vault. It's really annoying to do that. Like, I gotta at least merge it, like merge the stuff so I can use. The first chunk of that fight feels like it works though. Why does it make such an obvious? I mean, this is actually a pretty fine reward. This is virtually identical to what we had before. I'm trying to think what this would be. You know? Definitely still farm. This was working for Zuck before. Problem. Let's go stick this on the remote real quick. It'll be a little faster. Um, I guess it depends a little bit on the outcome of this project here. I definitely didn't expect it to be as good as it was. The goal with Puffer 4 was to just make it really fast. We ended up overshooting our speed target, and we also ended up making it way better than I thought. The only thing we kind of failed on is it took 3 months longer than I expected, but like, 1.5x the amount of time for 2x better perf, and then also, um, like way better model and stuff, I think that's well worth it. It's a good trade-off. I keep like underestimating what we're gonna be able to do, and then also underestimating the amount of time it takes. At least I over deliver. No, expected arch. The goal was 10 mil with a 128 hidden dim policy, and we ended up getting like, I believe, 15 to 17 mil. So it was going to be a 3x, and we ended up with a 5x. Alright, I'm genuinely wondering if this thing is just like... Check something. I genuinely think it's just not bothering to stay alive. I don't understand why this is so hard. It just keeps getting smacked by Zuck for no reason. Okay, now it's to Jad. Five o 5-0 state set based stuff. I've talked about it a little bit, but we're not going to start it for a little longer. Do a lot of that on stream. $300 healer damage, huh? These things only have 60 freaking health, right? 90 health. It only summons 3 of them, though. Positive 328 Jad healer damage is just counting overkill. Guess this could be it. Jad deaths is down. That's too much damage. It's farming. Not mega farming, but it's farming. Not working. Killing Jad healers at least. Taking Zuck's health back down. Like we are. And we're taking. Oh, we actually do have damage on Zuck healers. Not quite there. Actually, this is better. Literally just says 250 mil. Try this. Upper to train. That doesn't make any sense, dude. That makes no fucking sense. What you like? No part of that question makes sense. I don't know what to do with that. Upper's not built for training LMs. Base LM training isn't an RL task. LMs don't train on textures. Like, no part of that makes sense, man. These params worked before at some point, apparently, to suck. Hmm. Does get to Zuck healers at least. I do wait, maybe this was before Wait, no, hang on. This was before we added the healers. That's why. That's what I'm forgetting. Is before. Okay, so hang on. In that case, let me take this config. Okay, here we actually start killing Jad healers very nicely. Or on Zuck healers. Health goes back down. Oh, hang on. Now this is good. And we're winning. This config just does win on Zuck. Pretty unstable though. Dropped a lot of the wins. So the win rate's pretty unstable, but this can win. But from starting from Jeb. Basically now a matter of whether it learns a farm. Okay, we're on Zuck after only 48 seconds. Presumably can't be that bad to learn triples. Not terrible timing either. Not at Zuck. We can see if we can curriculum this. We don't even get to Zuck healer. I think we basically just get there and then we fall on our face is what's happening. That and we need this as a baseline, and then what we'll do is we'll add the final wave curriculum. Wait a second, isn't wave 69 is Zuck, right? Why was I starting on wave 68? Ooh. That just might be it. That might be the problem. Yeah, we don't want to start right before triples. Try something here. Half of them on the way 6. Better. Much better. We'll see if this is enough. Should be. It really should be. Those we will find out. And it is now doing Jad up to Zuck healers, right? Oh, got it. Cool. That is Jad through Zuck. So that's the entire gauntlet of that's the 3-wave boss, 3 waves of bosses, one shot. Actually, good win rate on Zuck as well. It's unstable still, but almost no deaths to Jad. Quite good. I believe it's doing the healer skip as well. It is definitely doing too much healer damage, but whatever. Okay, now we're gonna see if we can get it to do the entire thing from wave 1. Use the restroom real quick. And we'll see if it works. Be right back. Okay. Not getting to Jad. 47. My assumption here is that we don't need to allocate very much of the data to the early waves. Not learning to conserve brews enough. Yeah, but like Starship, have you thought like what does that accomplish? literally change all the assets to black in the Atari games. You can still learn them with RL. Now this is interesting because we have this policy doesn't quite get through the waves is the problem. Could train it for longer. Pretty inefficient though, isn't it? Policy. Eight. We'll see on eval. 6. This policy, for whatever reason, doesn't quite get to losses. If I grab the other policy, I wonder if the other policy with this curriculum, that's a good thing to test. If I go grab this policy here, say I grab this policy, hang on, I did this wrong. Let's get rid of all the crap we don't. This. So confused. Didn't I just have... We'll try this real quick, but then I think I messed it up. Hello, welcome. Solve, so Volt, I got it to do... I have a policy that does Jad through Zuck. Not perfectly consistently. There's still some jank. Trying to get the waves through everything now. Push changes. I haven't really pushed much yet, Vault. It's mostly just screwing with rewards and configs and stuff. The one thing I realized was I was doing the curriculum wrong. You need to start a good chunk of the agents on Zuck, because you spent quite a lot of time just getting one shot until you learn the shield mechanic. So I had them starting on 68 instead of 69 by mistake. I have a few more runs of fiddling with it, I think. I do have some animation changes locally that I will push shortly. But I don't think that changes the policy. It just fixes for the human rendering a little bit. I also don't know if the quality of those changes is any good. We'll see. Okay, we are actually to Jads here. We're getting to Jads on this, which is nice. We got to Zuck. Okay, so this run does wave 1 up to Zuck, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna quite do Zuck. This is odd because it should have been learning Zuck the whole time. Doesn't actually get to the Zuck healer. One. Shouldn't need that many checkpoints, man. This wasn't bad here. Hit this from though. What's wrong with this to me? Hang on. Yeah. The idea is now once you actually see it get to Zuck, it should do it a lot faster. Settings. See. I mean, it could just be that we should be starting it later in the waves, to be honest with you. What if we just do wave 50 start? I'm gonna try that next. Oh, Zuck is here. We are hitting Zuck. If we get to Zuck healers with this. I think this is very close now, though. I monitor content. I mean, I did do the thing last night. Obviously, like easy mode on League. I mean, it matches my intuition though that triples is actually very easy to learn, then Zuck is very hard to learn. Like that makes sense to me. No vault. I actually had to like it was basically the same difficulty. The boss was the same difficulty as the main game. The waves were easy. The way I did it, it was. Reasoning on the intuition. Um, yeah, so triples you basically just get instant feedback. You essentially just pray, and if you mess up, you die. And it's just this one very obvious action. The only other thing that's a little annoying is we have to figure out the rewards for the healers. Because like tagging the healers is a little bit annoying. But that's pretty much all there is to it. It's not that complicated. So don't get to okay. Let me try raising this to 50. See if that makes it faster. Zuck on the other hand is like a pretty long, drawn out fight. If we just consider wave 1 to 50 as easy, 50 start, 60. You want to do straight 50 start? Okay, I can try that next. I was kind of trying to get the full thing, you know? Okay, we're on to Zuck. We're on to Zuck with 26 seconds left. Nothing in early waves we need to learn. Yeah, supply management for sure. Oh, do you see this? This was better. With the 50 curriculum, we actually got some damage on healers here. See that? That's actually an important that's an important improvement. You wanted me to do a start from 50? I'll just do oops. I'll just do this to 50 and then this to 61 for you. I wouldn't be surprised if this solves. This is the hardest part of the Inferno. Look how broken the Thorns is. Imagine this in Inferno. Hit you and they just hit themselves. Hang on, this is the wrong thing. Okay. We'll start at 50. It's kind of funny, there are a lot of the encounters from the main game that are super difficult that I wouldn't be surprised that our agent can just do in like a minute or two. Like I can't even do Awakened Vard in leagues. Imagine how quick it would learn to do like Awakened Vard. That is also true, Walt. Way harder than the PvP. It's funny because PvP is arguably the higher skill cap, right? Well, we're on healers. Oh yeah, versus scripted for sure. It'd be fun to try versus the scripted policies. Read your actions, yeah. Okay, so this still doesn't win. Let me make sure I didn't mess this up here. So I just changed the start wave to 67. Let's see if that wins. X agents wave 0. How many agents? That's already been done, man. Just a question of like how much effort per project is it to do that? 800 in wave 0 is kind of weird to have. Well, something is weird because I have end start wave as 67 here. That doesn't make sense. It looks like it's correct here. Yeah, I think this actually may solve. It got close, but it actually does not solve from this. I think it is putting a few agents in. Emma, welcome. Read my programming guide once in a while. Good that you're learning some actual programming. Way better than just messing with LLMs. I'm hoping I didn't break something, because this should be solving. Yeah, that is for starting from 67 though. I don't know if you're spawning the right number of healers as well. But I believe it's only 3 healers on triples, right? Or something. It's blood barraging a little bit, so probably healers. Okay, so this suddenly doesn't solve, which is not good. Broke, maybe? Thought it was 6. Watching random YouTube stuff on stream, man. Trying to fix this. Pulls is also healers. Yeah. This doesn't solve something, broke. Triple spawn healers. No. Triples, they spawn, the healers spawn full health, man. And they have 90, I believe. It's a different healer than, the one on Fight Caves. They're stronger. They do have a quite high mage level, so it actually is not terrible that it's T-bowing them. Yeah, okay, we have a problem. This is no longer winning. And let me finish my we're trying to figure out this end. Yeah, okay, so something broke here. I think it might just be very brittle. Wait, are Arch and Tanma the same person? Used. I think they are. Yeah, I didn't think the same. Okay, let's see. Now, does this solve? This is the original. I don't know what I did wrong if this doesn't solve. I must have broken something. Only thing I can think of is I think I added the death penalty. try this. Oh, I have this here. What on earth? What's different then? Maybe these params plus. If this works, we'll try these params with this one experiment. Beat the RuneScape League. Ryan, the agent probably won't be, but I probably will be. I've been playing leagues. I got all 3 raid regions. Oh, that's not the surprise, Ryan. The surprise is not that I have 1 on the second monitor. It's that we also have the main on the second monitor mining. This is technically still semi-vacation mode for me. I'm kind of just doing a little bit of stuff. All mega rare bits. No, actually, yeah, it's mostly the Echo one items vault. Yeah, Ryan, this is kind of just like chilling before starting on the 5.0 stuff properly. Okay, good. This does win. Oh, also, have you seen the Inferno sim? We actually have an excuse for this now. This is Vault made this, reported this. This is the Puffer Inferno sim with a agent playing it. We've almost have it beating the entire Inferno. Almost. Yeah, it's just the assets are ported 1-for-1 over directly. It's gonna look basically the same. It's almost identical. I actually did the Inferno on Leagues yesterday, and it was like pretty close. It's almost 1-to-1. There are a couple bugs. That's actually what I'm working on here. The real. Well, we don't really feel like botting the real game, but I wanted to get the whole Inferno done in the sim. Yeah, I wouldn't want to try to put this on the real game without like official sanction. Okay, so this is actually beating Zuck. So next experiment, we're gonna try to do 61. Starting 61. And 67. That can do the whole thing. Nothing is cool. Yeah. I don't do those anymore. So I mean, admittedly, the 4-0 grind was. Yeah, this is a science project. Well, if they want to hire us to like help their anti-cheat team, that'd be cool. But we're not gonna try to like do anything with this on the main game. I did actually talk to them like a long time ago. Might be more interested now. Okay, so well, this is starting from 61 with half of the agents starting on Zuck. See if we get to Zuck healers. Yeah, but they do still pay vendors. Vault. They're very stingy internally, but they do pay vendors. Okay, so now we've got damage onto Zuck healers. This is good. Basically, yeah, Vault. Oh, that's a win right there. So just barely. Just barely, but it does eke out a win. Yeah, this goes. It does seem like it needs a little bit more early experience. Very slow at the moment. So it should be learning Zuck at the same time. It is good at rationing the resource, not so much the brews. I wonder if it's because we give it too many brews in the curriculum. About that too, yeah. Yeah, that is definitely an issue, Volt. The brews don't really help that much at Zuck, to be fair. I mean, we just got 61 to Zuck. Like very, very, very low win rate, but we got a couple wins from 61 all the way through Zuck. What happens before 60? Okay, wave 60 is still hard, right? These are not that bad. Okay, 56 can be annoying. Now, there's still a couple hard waves. 53, 56, 53 through 56. I guess it kind of depends. I mean, 60 is the first very hard wave, right? And then 63 is the hardest wave. I mean, if you look at it though, 56 is basically just as hard depending on spawns. Like you have a slight chance to get a worse setup, I think, on 63. Usually you should kind of just be fine. Zero wins. And we actually don't even get to Zuck with this. 50. It learns the early wave way faster now. I'm exponent. No, you should just pick pick a fraction or whatever. Just like pick it in inventory for each of the checkpoints. What do you need? Like 3 brews, 2 restores, a bastion, and a stam for Zuck? That's what I'd do, Volt. Like, it's gonna be pretty obvious. We'll just give it the amount of supplies that it should roughly have left. Okay, this is looking a little better. So, to answer your question from before, it does actually see the early waves an appreciable fraction of the time. Yeah, it's a little annoying, I know, Volt. I guess you could just set it in the end. Not have it be configurable. We actually, Volt, believe it or not, we can make it sweepable. We can make this curriculum sweepable, but you'd have to change it from fractions to weightings. So you just give it a weight for each of these starting points. And then it just rolls based on the weight. Okay, we are to Zuck here. This is 1 to Zuck so far in 4 minutes. We'll see if we get 1 to Zuck healers. Okay, that's fine, Volt. Good luck with that. And this is so close. Right here. Very close. Oh, is that the tiny? That's the tiny. That's the comma AI one, right? Nice job if you're in the lead on that. It's a very solid one to be winning. Hmm. Very solid. It is a good company. They do underpay though. Like basically, I think a third or so of what you would expect. Yeah, but if you're good, you should be able to have both, right? Finland. Didn't think comp was too good out there. In our self-driving stuff, right, Volt? We currently collab on the fastest sim. Spencer's actually been working on some nice speed enhancements for that. I think what I do from here. I don't think this is just a like sweep it and call it angle problem. Try something. You already have it up set up to eval from the start, Volt. like the default eval. Oh, how it manages supplies. It wasn't really managing supplies. I think it's mostly the data mix. Mostly the data mix, the problem. Okay, we'll let this one go. We'll eval this, and then I'll set up a sweep. I don't know if you re-updated it. I think so. Vertis and Treads, yeah. Got Vertis and Treads in LA, right? LA is a nice touch. Let me see if I completely break it if I just make it something simple. Do this one here. Be good. And we'll be prayer regen. It could use 2 prayer regen pots, yeah, Vault. Could also pre-pot it if you want to be generous. Magic. Yeah. Well, also, I don't know. Do people bring heart in? Like, do you bring saturated heart? I don't really think you need it, to be fair. You just need to be able to barrage. You don't really ever get drained to 90, below 94. Not unless you really mess up. We'll watch this policy. I'll probably call it shortly thereafter. 3-hour stream. I think people do use armor brews. They just swap them out instead of the bastion pots. Could also give it preserve, I guess, but I don't think you do. Oh, they drain magic to 88. Okay, I didn't realize that. Then yeah, you probably don't want those as much. They're still usable. I mean, I think without Eldritch Staff, they're decent. But probably just Bastions are okay. They probably did that intentionally to make them not super great for Inferno. That actually made a substantial difference, oddly enough. Thing. Pulse is not good enough to eval. We'll do one more. Pretty brittle. simulate? How do you simulate the OS? I'll show you in a sec. Uh, it's like that's Vault's port. That's a pretty chunky environment. Actually, the chunkiest of environments. We're gonna eval this policy, so we'll show off the end. Ready? Give. Even gonna get to Zuck. Like it definitely can. We'll pull this in a second. Okay. We can pull this model. Ride the healers plus set. Not bad. Adds one tick. I think it is as well. I couldn't tell Vault, but that's what it felt like. I can't tell. Like, you're supposed to have 3 full ticks, aren't you? Wait, I have to do one thing with this, don't I? Run you from this. Doesn't make sense. Okay. I still have this pillar in the wrong spot. My config, but no big deal. Do top-down view. 61 onward. Hmm? Yeah. I bet you there's some mechanics that aren't fully translated Vault. Like, I bet you can't do phantom barrages in this. That's kind of an important thing when you're on low supplies. Oh, no, it's kind of using the pillar. Sort of. Runs from the melee blob, yeah. Those are kind of important given that it doesn't have an SGS or anything. It's used 2 brews already. But it's not just like chugging them. Yeah. Chrono Trainer has it. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I like how it freezes the melee. That's probably a pretty consistent strat with Confliction Gauntlets, right? Like, you get it within 2 casts. Has Quiver already. Back end of Puffer. Python. Yeah, exactly, Arch. There was actually a version of it that was essentially the same thing, but with torch bindings and stuff, and it was way worse. It was maybe 1,000 lines shorter, but then you had this massive blob of internal torch to think about. Oh. How did it die? I wasn't looking. Probably logged some stuff on that. But I think I'm gonna call it for today. Let me get a sweep going. I'm gonna call it. Random. Yeah, it does that. It just like randomly will miss stuff sometimes. Dodge one tick early. Catch. Try this. Yeah, it's tough with 2 ticks to react, right, Bolt? When you're like running and doing other stuff, you need the extra tick. Alright, well, we have a sweep going. That should get us some results pretty soon. I'm gonna call it for now. For folks watching, all this is open source. It's at puffer.ai. If you want to help us out for free, start the Puffer on GitHub. Follow on X for more RL content. Join Discord and all that. Teleported. Yeah, I've seen that as well sometimes, Vault. Yeah. I actually see the main game do that sometimes though as well. Some plugins. Alright folks, yeah, I'll see you around. And hopefully we'll have the full thing quite soon. Like, you know, we've gotten 67 through Zuck. We've gotten 61 through Zuck rarely. We've gotten 1 up until Zuck healers even. So I think we're pretty darn close.